my son lost his fingernails and toenails. And that's exactly how our homeschool journey began. Let's get into it. So back in 2012, our oldest, who's now 17, was ready to start kindergarten. And like most parents, we were apprehensive, nervous, not sure. But of course, we were getting ready and preparing him. And the first weekend, he caught a cold, brought him home for a couple of days, nursed him back to health, sent him back to school. The second week, asthma flaring up, cold again. Then the third time he got sick, I'm telling you, the worst thing ever. I cried for so long behind my baby contracting hand, foot, and mouth at the school. At the elementary school, it was the worst thing you could think of. So when he first started feeling bad, he had a sore throat. I believe it was a sore throat first. So I brought him home, of course, made an appointment with the pediatrician, took him in. She checked him. He wasn't positive for strep throat. So it was like, common cold. Sometimes colds, you have a sore throat. So we kind of handled it like that. Then, I don't know, a day or two later, here he comes. He has bumps on the sides of his legs that are itchy. And it's like 1 bump, 2 bump, 3 bump. He's itching and bump. So I'm like, okay, time to go back to the pediatrician again. Made another appointment, a sick visit. They brought us in. And I really remember so clearly how my pediatrician was like, oh, Mom, maybe it's bed bugs. And I think her saying that, it just came from a place of during that time, it was people, it was a thing. It was in the news. People were dealing with bed bugs, so on and so forth. So I was like, well, no, because he's sleeping in bed with us. And I feel like if he is getting bit by bed bugs, then we all should be getting bit by bed bugs. And he's the only one with this symptom right now. So no, it can't be that. It got to be something else. So, we talked about it. She said, okay, then the next time I took him back was like 2 days later, because we were right down the street from a pediatrician. So the type of mom I am, I'm like really on top, and I'm really observant. So I was like, okay, something ain't right here. So we go back, and this time she says, you know what, Mom? I think he has a case of hand, foot, and mouth. And she said it was one of the worst cases she had ever seen. I'm like, oh my God. Now, this is the thing. I am a certified early childhood educator. I worked in childcare for many, many years around toddlers ages 2 to 5. So I had some idea of what hand, foot, and mouth was. Never really had a hands-on experience with it. So I was not aware of what exactly it does. And let me tell you, it's nothing nice. He had probably just about every symptom you could have from hand, foot, and mouth. And again, his nails on his fingers and his toes fell off. I didn't even know that was possible, that you could lose your fingernails and toenails and they grow back. Well, that's exactly what happened. So at that point, of course, it was no way in the world you were going to get me to take my child back into that school and that environment where he got sick. And not only did he get sick, he brought it home to his younger sisters. We had a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old at home at the time. And our 1-year-old was battling with eczema, right? So she already was having skin issues, right? Then came hand, foot, and mouth for her. And her skin peeled like a snake, okay? Like a snake skin. It just fell off of her like a snake, like she was a snake shedding her skin. When I tell you this was the most scariest thing ever that happened to me with my kids, I was like, oh my God, what in the world is this? I cannot. So I did not follow the law. I don't recommend it. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what I did. I had to do the mama bear thing. I stepped up and did it the way I seen fit. So I informed the school. I took notice to them from the doctor's office that they were supposed to copy and give it to the other students. Now, this is the thing. It was another child in the classroom that had the hand, foot, and mouth. The teacher informed me that she sent the child, she was continuously sending that child out to the nurse's office. The nurse told that child's parent, oh, as long as the hands are covered up where the blisters are, the child can still come to school. Well, we see how that went, right? They were covered up supposedly, but my child still got it and brought it home to his younger siblings. So I informed them I was going to be homeschooling, and the law in the state of Maryland, you have to inform them 14 days prior to removing the child from school. I did not. I absolutely did not. I removed him from the school, and then I did my notification that I was going to homeschool. And they told me, oh, truancy might come to your house. And I said, that's perfectly fine, because there's no way I'm sending him back into an environment where you guys are having communicable diseases going on and nobody is like concerned about it. Was no big deal. The principal, the vice principal, they told me, oh, mom, it's okay. It's no big deal. This is new to him. He's in school. My kids had it. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, that's your child. Nothing against you. But I, myself personally, can't do it. Like, I just couldn't do it. And this is the thing. In the back of my mind, even before he started school, I had thought, oh, I wonder, can I homeschool him? But because I had never seen it done, I'm a first generation homeschooler. So I never seen anybody in my family be homeschooled. I wasn't homeschooled. I had no clue about homeschool, but I knew at that point I was about to get to know a whole lot about homeschooling. And so I did. I just, started doing research. I put in my notification. I started homeschooling him. At the time, we were in PG County. I knew that I was going to have portfolio reviews through the state of Maryland. And I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I just stepped out on faith and did what initially I wanted to do, even though I didn't speak it or say it. I just did what I felt that came natural to me. I've always enjoyed teaching, and I definitely felt like we are our child's first teacher, so why not me, right? I had so much experience working with early childhood education and toddlers. I'm like, he's 5. I've already been working with him at home, so how hard could it be, right? So I just stepped out on faith, and that's how we became a homeschool family, and we are now homeschooling all 5 of our kids. So our oldest, that's 17, he's the only one who ever stepped foot into a school building. We have him, his sister that's right underneath him is also in high school. We have 1 in middle and 2 in elementary school. So I say to you, if you have a desire to homeschool your kids, if you're considering it, thinking about it, I say go for it. I say do the research, do whatever you need to do to educate yourself on homeschool. YouTube University is great resource. It's a great resource to find out different information and things you want to know regarding homeschool. A few years back when COVID hit, we had a lot of unknown circumstances for a lot of families, and families became homeschoolers themselves at that time. So we know things happen, and then you just got to adapt, right? So that's kind of like what we did. We didn't have to go under those circumstances, but it was abrupt because once he caught the hand, foot, and mouth so bad and so severe, I knew at that time I had to do what I had to do and take my baby out that school. I could not self-consciously as a mom send him back into an environment where who knows what was going to happen next. It was just no way in the world I was going to do that. And so I didn't. I am glad you took time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I will be here sharing resources, information, and our homeschool journey here on this channel. Please hang around, come back and see me. I'll continue to share and give information regarding homeschool because this is something that I'm very passionate about. I started out not knowing what was going to come and what was going to be the next thing, but here I am. Our children are thriving, and we are a homeschool family of 5 children. I'm LaSharika. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let's get into it.